Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club 2023, baby! Let's kick it off with a banger! Alright, how are you? Done with all the festivities and the partying? You ready to get serious? Ready to get on with the business? Quick boast before we get down to business. I got my best score on Call of Duty today. My highest kill count, 25. Calling that the Royal X. Right, business. We're here at Road Atlanta for a 1.5 hour race. Yes, my little cherubs, my little racing fans, sim racing fans. Well, I tell you what, no, I take that back. Because the driving is simulated, the racing is real. VRC. I'm sure I read that somewhere and I thought it sounded good. The driving is simulated, the racing is real. No sim racing here, guys. There's no simulated racing. The racing's real. It's just the cars that are simulated. So, we're at Road Atlanta, the new track. I can't remember when it was added. It was added. We're all really pleased with it. It's a very nice track, I've got to say. I've had a couple of those on it and ding dong. Right, quick look at the chat, because I've not told you how. We're going to be qualifying in like 5 minutes. I've got enough time, don't worry. Professional. 2023, professional. Skyjacker saying, good evening. Matt Psycho saying hello. Ensign Hewitt saying greetings. And Pat Chat is saying howdy, partner. And Mama Homesick in the house. Evening thingy, how are you? I am professional. No, I'm buoyant. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be exciting. Let me tell you about it. Road Atlanta for 1.5 hours. I don't know how long they're qualifying. We're going to do a multi-class endurance racing at the exciting new Road Atlanta circuit. There will be a mix of Group 1 and Group 3 machines in a Petit Le Mans style event, similar to the one that takes place in the real world. So the entry list was Group 1 modern hybrid only, no VGT. Keep your vidget to yourself. And then Group 3s, also no vidgets. The lineup. Do I read them out? Because we don't know if I don't want to shame people. No, well, look who's here. Lil's GP. He is in, it's just tagged as a Group 1 car. I'd have to come out the lobby to tell you. I'm going to guess, I want to say Toyota, but they all look the same to me. So the Bazza, also out there. That looks very similar to that one. It might be a Porsche, because everyone loves Porsches. What's Bazza in? He's in a Group 1 as well. There you go. Cthulhu, he's in a Group 3 car. It looks like a Volkswagen Beetle to me. Group 3. Dazza, he looks like that's a beautiful Mazda, possibly. No, it's a Supra, sorry. My Japanese brethren. That is a Toyota. I wish I had an F12 button. I wish I had a keyboard. Do you know what? I should have plugged it in just to see. Jokers, hey, we're heavy on the Group 3s. Ah, there is Pat in a Toyota. I don't think his livery's shown up, because I think that's the in-game livery. Oh, Pat, if you've done a blinding livery, you want to get out now and get back in, see if it sorts it. There we got Mr. Talleyrand, the boss, in a Dodge. Homesick Alien in a Mustang. He doesn't seem to be going very fast in that Mustang, though. And Jimbo, he's in a car that looks like Bazza's and little GPs. I've got a cheat sheet. I'll go to the cheat sheet, because maybe it's been... Pat's done me a great stat sheet, but I think it's for the old racers, and there's no... He's called it something awesome, though. Listen to this. It's the Virtual Racers Club Petit Le Mans at Road Atlanta, presented by Seal Oil, Friday, 6th of January. Here we go. Big Dan, that's Ensign Hewitt. I'll put the nicknames up because it's a one-off race. I thought we'd go for nicknames. It'd be fun. Matt Psycho saying, how's Lobby looking? It looks all right. It got a bit cagey down at Jokers, but he's looking good now. It must have just been warming up. But yeah, I think Jokers was a little rickety, but when isn't he? And Homesick looks smooth. Mr. Psycho, he's called that something. I'll get to that. It's all... what doesn't work? Oh, it's 15 minutes qualifying. And Mama Sykes in the chat saying, hi, guys. Have a good one. Hi, Thingy. Hi, Mama. And Matt Psycho saying, doesn't work, Thingy. Oh, he's obviously tried it himself. I think I did see on... it must be his YouTube. He did some MX5 thing. I have not got around to watching it, but I look forward to... I missed my keyboard. I just looked down and there's just a controller sat there on its own, all solely on its... Oh, look at that. That's Matt Psycho making a move on Ensign Hewitt. Now, we're doing a multi-class, so there's Group 3, Group 1 cars, and the rules are they've got to qualify on... They've got to start on the tyre they qualify on. They're going to try and do a rolling start, but the rolling starts have been quite glitchy, and... they're just going to have a jolly good race. The Group 3 cars stick to their racing line because these Group 1's mamas are going to be coming through every 4 to 5 laps. I have heard the prediction by Matt Psycho. He called his car something. And, the Hunipigga sauce. The Hunipiggassus. It's the pink pig, but he's put a bit of hoonigan in there for... I don't want to say his name wrong now. The dude that everyone's getting all... Block. His last name is Block. I can't remember his first. I don't mean to dish you, man. I didn't know you personally or on the telly. That's a lovely looking... What are we saying? Toyota? What do we think? And... Gaming says, hi guys, URL Max here. Pat saying, Ken Block. See, I was good. It was between Kev or Ken, and I didn't want to say the wrong one, so I didn't say it at all. See, because I knew Pat would pick it up and tell me straight. So Ken Block is the name you're trying to find, and Pat saying, little looks Porsche-like. Ah, right. I think they're all Porsches. I'm going to call them all Porsches. Baz's looks a little bit different from Jim's and little GP's. Daz doing real well in the Group 4s. Someone yet to set a time in those Group 1 bad boys. Matt Psycho, he keeps going in the pits. He's not showing his hand, is he? He doesn't want to let them know what his pace is. Everyone's just a bit edgy right now, showing what their pace is. Little GP, he's doing a 104.6, and the fastest Group 3 car is Daz. It's 118.1, so you can see the time deficit. We'll see them qualifying soon. But yeah, the rule is the Group 3 cars stick to their racing line. They carry on with their race. And the Group 1 cars, they have to watch out for them. They've got to either wait, which is going to be a struggle, because it's got twisty parts, this track. There's not many places they can really fly by. There, I suppose, is one of them. Around here, they probably should wait. They could probably nip it up the inside there if they've got that much grunt. We'll see in the race. Up the hill, they could probably just power through up this straight and just power on by and say, adioso, Group 3. And Pat saying... Oh, that Matt Psycho's probably practicing the pit entry. Skyjacker saying, these pit lane pens are ridiculous. Skyjacker, tell Matt. Skyjacker says, the pit lane penalties are ridiculous. They're going to struggle. I think the Group 1s, I can't remember the pit lane, but apparently it's a bug. It's a nightmare. Right, everyone's giving it their letters of choice. Are we doing that in the new year? Are we doing it? I don't know. Have we used it? We ringed it. I'll ring it some more. I'll ring it for another year if you want. I don't mind. So we're going to get underway with qualifying. Looks like some guys are already out. I am assuming this is the qualifier. No, is it? No, he hasn't reset. There we go. He's resetting the lobby. And now we're qualifying. They've got to qualify on the tyres they're going to start on, and to me, I know that's a bit dizzying, guys. It looks to me like they are all qualifying on racing softs. I don't know what compounds. I started reading you the rules, and I kind of got lost. I just sort of drifted off somewhere. Let me see. Oh, we don't want to be in cars. It does that, doesn't it, at the beginning of races? I forgot. I have not been professional or informative today. I agree. Oh, and it's kicked me out of the car. It must have just been the pit lane. So we'll stick with Pat on his out lap. He's on controller in a Group 1 car. It's a brave move, a very brave move. So it's Road Atlanta. Qualifying is 15 minutes. Sorry, I've got to that bit now. Matt, sorry. The race is 90 minutes. It's going to be set in the afternoon, and it's going to be fastest first rolling start. The tyre regulation is its free choice with racing hard, racing medium, racing hards, intermediates and wets. The mandatory tyre is the racing soft, and it must be used at least once. Well, they're all going to be starting on it, so that'll be the once out of the way. The settings is bop on, tuning is off, fuel is on ×2, tyres are on ×3, and the time moving onwards is ×3 as well. Time shift of the game. I'll work out a way of explaining that. But today, it's going to look like it's going to get dark. We hope. I don't know if... Yeah, I think it has got a nighttime bit. So hopefully, by the end of the race, it's going to be dark. So we are sat with Pat on his out lap. We should have sat in his car. He said he was going to be off every corner. I was going to say he's going to name his car Jeff, because he's going to F and Jeff at every corner, but he's holding his home. Although someone, Noxie, is he here? Cheeky little Noxie. Whoa, nearly went away from him. This is his fast lap. He doesn't want to be held up too much with the Group 3 car. And Matt Psycho has set a new record. How? Already? How's his out lap? Oh, maybe it's Cam. Oh, he must be ahead of Pat on the track. I thought Pat was the lead car. Oh no, there is a few ahead. Obviously not lead car, he just overtook Group 3. So, yeah, I'm not doing very good here. Sorry. I'm out of practice, and I haven't got a keyboard. Matt Psycho is fastest of all so far. With Jim, he's in a crowd, but he's second fastest. With Little's GP is third, but they might, I don't know, if the fuel is going down. If the fuel's going down, they might be just pattering around, putting some bankers in until that final couple of minutes, and they might all charge into the pits and put some fresh tyres on. So Pat's fourth fastest, Talleyrand, top Group 3, a boy. Homesick Alien, fifth fastest, or second. I don't think that's right though, because I think there is some more Group 1 cars in there. Yeah, there's Bazza. And Noxie, who said he's not even turned a wheel around here yet at Road Atlanta. So, Group 1 car into the deep. So yeah, the times are muddled. The numbers are muddled. I'll just read them in their order and then tell you if they're a Group 1 or Group 3 car, because all the Group 1 cars haven't shuffled to the front yet. Pat is fourth. With Talleyrand, the top Group 3 car, he's fifth currently. And fastest, like I said, a Group 3 car. 6/10 faster than Homesick, who's in the Mustang. Big Dan in the Nissan. Big Dan, engineer at Nissan Skyline, Super Silhouette. My word, it's super, isn't it? Just getting overtaken by Matt Psycho. And then Bandit is 10th fastest in the BMW. And Jokers in the Ford GT. Oh, that's going to look gorgeous when it gets a bit darker. Barry, he's in a Group 1 car. He's yet to put a lap in, and he has now. He's fourth fastest. He's not back down into fifth. And Noxie just about to cross the line, is he? No, he's a bit away. He's not managed to get a solid lap in yet. This could be the one though. Put him up there in the top half of the grid, because he does not want to be starting. He's sixth fastest, and I think that's it now. We've shuffled the Group 3 and the Group 1. So Talleyrand, pole sitter of the Group 3s, with Catula in second in the VW. with Homesick Alien third, Daz fourth in the Supra. Big Dan in the Nissan. I've lost fifth, I think. Bandit is sixth in the Beamer. People have set new times though. And Jokers in the GT Ford. And Skyjacker is in Chevy. He's taking the Chevy to the levee, where the levee is dry. So Lil's GP is now our pole sitter. A lap a couple ago. I haven't been keeping track. I do apologise. They're going in, see? They're going into the pits. The tyres, I would say they're just bedded in now. So, interesting. Maybe, how are we into it? 6 minutes? Half and half, I guess. There's the Hunapigosaurus. Just getting by Talleyrand. He's looking to get that 500ths of a second. Oh, we've got a spinner. I've got a spinner. It looks like Toyota. Oh, I missed 12. Especially for moments like this when it's a right mixed bag of cars. Skyjacker has set a time, but he's not in the top two of the Group 3s. I'll make my way down there. I was just seeing if Matt Psycho is going to get one. Oh, and he's come across another Group 3 car. It's not been, I don't know time-wise, but it wasn't great for him with traffic. Jim in third, Bazza in fourth, Pat fifth, with Nopsy sixth. Then we've got Catula now, pole sitter in the V-Dub. He's only 200ths ahead of Talleyrand in the Dodge Viper, who is 2.5 seconds, 2.5 tenths of a second ahead of Homesick Alien, with Daz nipping into the pits there to put a fresh pair of boots on to see out qualifying. 7 minutes of the 15-minute quali. He's going to see if he can get a nice bit of road space. It looks like a bit of traffic coming around. Oh my word, that pit is going to hurt today. It dumps him out just there, and he's picked up 3 seconds, but it's an outlap. Surely it'll take it out of him on the outlap. Can you imagine if it saves it? We'll see. Keep an eye on it. So a Big Dan, I've lost track now. 5th, I think, but Bandit is into the pits for new boots, and Joker's also coming out of the pits, and he's picked up 3 seconds. That pit lane is gonna be a killer for these guys, really is. Skyjacker in the pits for new boots, 1.5 seconds adrift of Joker's, and he's acclimatizing for GT7. Some of these guys only just switching over, as we stuck to GTSport for a bit longer, just opted for stable lobbies and close racing a little bit more. Little GP doesn't look like he's putting a lap in there. It looks like he's a wee. Matt Psycho's so fast, he's taken to the air. Look at the speed he goes through there. Not even lifting and then onto the braces. Christ. It's fast, isn't it? And he's 1.6 seconds down on his own time. Putting in a shift, isn't he? So in car then, this is the straight. I barely remember it, to say the truth, guys. So Lil's GP is fastest with Matt Psycho, a second so far, and he's backed out of this. Backed out of this one. Now this could be something to do with the hybrid of the cars, because it under braking fills up. So as he's coming up close to the finish line, but his tyres are looking. He hasn't pitted yet, has he? That's awful. Sorry, I don't know why I stayed on that camera. He hasn't pitted yet, and I don't think maybe he's going to save it. The tyres are hard to judge, because I don't think they're just bedding in. I think they can take these tyres on GT7 all the way down to the bottom of the white before they become a real issue. So I think them tyres probably still are okay. Look, purple for the pink pig, chasing down that pole time. Little GP, it's just pitted though. He'll be doing an outlap and revving up for a fast one. Someone jumps off the track. Jokers gets out of the way. Doesn't have to, but I suppose if he's not on a lap, why? Does no harm. No harm would be done. And now he's coming across the Toyota, but if the Supra is on a lap himself, he'll be taking his line, and he does do. So the Toyota chasing time himself, but and we've had a spinner there with Noxie, and that's Matt Psycho taking it into the pits. Cost too much in traffic. So let's have a look what Daz is up to. He's just gone across the line. It was an outlap, I think. 1:18.7, possibly not. Oh, and he's been caught up by Bazza in the silver bullet. And so Dan at the moment, I think, third. Skyjacker out the way, might be on an outlap. Just letting Big Daz through. He's on a fresh set of boots. He's chasing that time. He's only 0.04 of a second off of Homesick. It's going to be very, very close quarter racing here tonight, I believe. Buckle in, boys and girls, because I think we're in for a retreat. I know I've not been doing great coverage. You've got to let me acclimatise to GT7. Oh, and Noxie's come across Daz, and there was a little knockage there. Hopefully it hasn't cost Daz anything. Might have just been net code or bad code, whatever they call it, bad net code. The warm beverage, not so warm, but it's gone. Lovely. And Daz then, we're still keeping an eye on that time, but Noxie did come through. And what's this? Is this the non-lift of this corner? Right in there. He's moved up to 5th. Doesn't even dare lift off of that accelerator. Heavy on the brakes down there. Down to 4th, or maybe not. There's somewhere where they're going to go. It's really blind going up a hill. And there's a tight corner right there. You can't see it. You've got to just trust. All the way down this hill, the car's quite unsteady. Here's a tricky one as well. You don't want to lose no time going through these, and then try and get up over this hill, not go too wide, and that's almost perfect from the Daz, and he's up on his own time, which will put him ahead of Homesick Alien, if that's the time he crosses the line with. And so far, solid movements are being made by 4th place Daz. Little's GP is pole for the Group 1 cars, with Matt Psycho in 2nd, Jim in 3rd. They've both gone in for their final set of tyres. Yes, they will get around, so they're going in again. Where with Daz, oh, he's lost a little time there, 900ths off of his own time. Can he claw it back in the final sector? Noxie's gone faster, and we will have a little grid run in a second. We'll just sit with Daz as we take in this beautiful track as he comes around the final corner. And can he get it back? Oh yes, he gets ahead of Homesick Alien, puts himself 3rd on the grid for the Group 3 cars. Net 9th if you count the whole grid, but 3rd. Great drive, great lap from the Toyota Supra. So let's have a run through of what's gone on, because I know it's a lot. It's a lot. This is why I think Homesick Alien does it like a whole hour before, because it's intense for 15 minutes to keep you up to date with what's going on. Little's GP then, he's 500ths ahead of Matt Psycho. This is the Group 1 cars. So Matt Psycho's 2nd on the grid. Jim is 3rd fastest overall. He's 1.3 seconds ahead of the Bazza. But Barry Twins always good for a surprise in the last run. Let's see what he's like. Sector 1. We're 14 minutes in. He's 2/10 up. It's not enough to gain on Jim. Then we have Pat 1.5 seconds down on the Baz. His tyre's looking pretty old now, and he's a 10th down on his best time, so it's going to be hard to claw that 2.5 back. Noxie, first time around the track here. He's 6th fastest, 1.1 seconds, but he's being held up by a Group 3 car. And I think that is the Bandit, and there's nothing anyone can do about anything. And so let's have a look. Homesick Alien is a pole sitter for the Group 3 cars. He's dragged that Mustang around and got it on pole ahead of Catula in the V-Dub, who is ahead of Talaran, 3rd in the Dodge Viper, keeping it American, y'all. And Daz in the Toyota. We saw him having a great run, but I thought he was higher than that, but I think Homesick's jumped him and gone up into 1st, putting Daz back into 4th, with 5th for Big Dan in the Nissan, and Bandit is 5th. Joker's 6th in the for GT, and Skyjacker 3/10 off in the Chevy. And just track time for Skyjacker, I'm sure any will do. These two are sitting it out now. We've gone past 15 minutes, so it'll all be coming to an end. Cthulhu's gone faster. He's gone ahead of Talleyrand. Oh, I think he was ahead of Talleyrand, but he hasn't been able to knock Homesick Alien off of that pole position. It looks like it's his, and Cthulhu's done his run, and it looks like Talleyrand's done his run. Daz has made movements. Daz has gone up ahead of Talleyrand, back into third. Talleyrand fourth. Bandit is fifth. Jokus is still on a run, and Skyjacker, I don't think he had to pull over or something, I'm not sure. Jim in third for the Group 1 cars. Second, he got Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho sitting in the pits, and Jim persevered and got himself a front row view here at Road Atlanta. 1.5 hour. Beautiful stuff. Matt Psycho shaking his head in the pits. Cannot believe what has happened. The Bazza is ended in fourth place ahead of Pat in fifth. Noxie getting sixth. So pole for the Group 3s was Homesick. Big Dan in the end getting second place, unbeknownst to anyone around us. Unbelievable stuff from Big Dan. Does it stay in order? Yeah. So Cthulhu in the Beetle in third. Daz in fourth, Talleyrand fifth, and Bandit in sixth, Joker seventh, and Skyjacker in eighth. Have they started? Is this that stupid thing where, no, I don't want to quit, I want to watch? Please tell me you guys aren't racing. It's kicked me out because I've got no view. Hey, we might have just watched qualifying. They're probably racing. They said they were going to race straight away. So... oh no, Matt Psycho said good luck. Oh, thank the heavens. I've still not got a view. Oh, I'm starting to get nervous. So where's view? Spectate. For you, I was panicking there. I'll tell you the truth. Proper panicking. Now, I'm going to do this just in the hope it's not going to throw me into the car at the beginning of the race, but it more than likely will. So let's look back at them Group 3s. Sorry, I know we'll get back to the front. But Big Dan in second, beautiful stuff. Cthulhu third, Daz fourth, Talleyrand fifth, sixth for Bandit, seventh Jokers. And here we go. Where am I? That is worse than putting me in the bloody car. Jesus. Well, you can see him going. And here we go, we're back. Professional. One shall not complain about GT7. News, a little NVW, little GP leading this race from Jim, but there goes Matt Psycho trying to make an early move on Jimbo, but Jimbo says no, I'm here, and Matt Psycho's made a muff up of that corner, giving Bazza a look into a possible move, and it is a move. No, Matt Psycho's got the inside line, and Matt Psycho holds the line. Oh, but Bazza's put Matt into the shadow realm, and now Bazza will back off waiting. Oh, it's all over the place. Noxie's off as well. Matt Psycho getting back on the track, so Homesick Alien just smashed into him. I don't know if you can see him. I don't know what's going on there. So Cthulhu then in second place from the Group 3s. Daz in third. Big Dan has slipped down the order a little bit into fourth. And you can see there Matt Psycho's having to come through again. Talleyrand then is in ninth place with Skyjacker up to 10th. He's ahead of, well, Matt Psycho obviously. But Skyjacker's got a 3-second penalty somewhere. And he can't have been in the pits already. And he's got a bit of damage. There goes Matt Psycho through. Skyjacker then 11th, should we say. Bandit is there ahead of Jokus. And Noxie as well. We saw him spinning in that first corner. So Little's GP is 3.5 seconds ahead of Jimbo, but Jimbo is second by 3 seconds on the Baz. Now I thought it was the Baz that hit Matt Psycho, but he hasn't pulled over for him. So maybe it was just dodgy net code, as they call. We're going to hear a lot about dodgy net code. Pass up to fourth, then Homesick Alien. leading the Group 3 cars ahead of Catula by 2 seconds, and he's been caught up by Matt Psycho, and now Matt Psycho's only got one Group 3 car left ahead of him, and he did not want to be overtaking him on this first lap, and the gap from him and Lil's GP is already 25 seconds, and you can't give Lil's GP 25 seconds head start. No way, no how, sir. It just cannot happen. So here we go, the order in the Group 1s. Lil's GP is in the lead, ahead of Jim by nearly 4 seconds. Then we've got the Baz, 5 seconds adrift of Jim, 2 seconds ahead of Pat. Pat there is ahead of Matt Psycho by 15 seconds. Matt Psycho's got a lot of ground to make up there, sir. Then we've got Homesick Alien in the Group 3, a Mustang. He's leading healthily from Catula, 3 seconds. Noxie catching up. Second place in the Group 3s already, and he's through as well, with only Homesick Alien in the way for him to really open up that Porsche / Toyota, whatever. It's a Toyota, I saw on the side, it says Toyota. So there you go, beautiful. I can't tell you which one. I can't tell you if it's a TSO10, TSO50 or whatever the new one is. So Catula then now is leading. Where's Homesick Alien? My word, no, sorry, because I was looking at Group 1 car. Homesick Alien's still leading. He's there, don't panic. Catula is in second. Daz in third in the Toyota, doing a beautiful job there ahead of Big Dan, but we've seen Big Dan can get a bit of pace out of that Nissan. And Talleyrand, though, in the Dodge Viper, very fast, stealthy driver. Stealthy driver, we would say, with Talleyrand. He's the snoozy assassin. He's there. Bandit. Keeping ahead of Jokers. He's dropped off from Talleyrand a little bit there, but Jokers and Skyjacker all in a lovely little close-knit battle there. Skyjacker's shed off that 3 seconds he picked up, and now he's trying his hand at getting past the Ford GT that looks spectacular by the way. Right then, I'll get you up to date with the chats if I can. Matt Psycho saying this is bonkers. It was hard work, I've got to admit. Following it in qualifying, I mean. Pat saying top 4 in Group 1s are all Porsche. P5 and 6 are Toyota. There you go. So we've got Porsches and Toyotas. We're at least whittled it down to that. Pat saying 4,000th. Wow, I mustn't have picked up on a time. I do apologise. Oh, and Skyjacker again getting wayward with the Chevy. And Skyjacker saying game is so cack. It's just a bit of climatisation. Oh, hey up. The little GP's come across the Group 3 cars already. It is lap 5, and as predicted, every 4 to 5 laps a lap will be put on. And there's Lil's GP masterfully. Look at him getting by these Group 3 cars. Beautifully done, well crafted. Well done, sir. Good for you. Jim then. Oh, Jim's dropped it like it's hot, and Bazza, has he got the memo? He certainly has. Get a shift on the Baz, and the Baz is up into second place on lap 5 of the Road Atlanta 1.5. The Baz is in second place. The Belgian Bullet, the Silver Dream. Jimbo then in third, cursing himself. Pat not far behind. It has to be said, Pat's pace is phenomenal in this race, staying with Jim and... well, faster, isn't he? Oh, no, 106. Sorry, I thought that was 103. But he's got the pace of the two ahead of him, and he's taking the fight to them. We haven't checked the tyres out. Pat's tyre wear probably is a little less than Jim's and Baz. So Pat doing a super job. There's a yellow flag ahead. Oh, it's got to be a Group 3. It's Skyjacker, who thinks the game's cack, by the way. Acclimatise. Just... I don't know what to say. I was 2 seconds off the pace when my first race after a long exodus. So, what am I to say? Grin and bear it. You've got a pink pig behind you. Oh! It's just made you go faster. So Lil's GP is leading by 12.5 seconds. Flipping heck. That's fast. The Bazza, 1.6 seconds ahead of Jim, but Jim... you've seen, oh, they're just getting a lap done on some Group 3 cars. That's helped Bazza out, hasn't it, a little bit? But Bazza then, he's behind the Toyota, and he gets the move done, executed sweetly, and he's still got Ensign Newer, Big Dan in the Nissan, ahead of him, but Jim's cutting through the traffic as well as Bazza is, and it's race on between the Baz and the Jim in the Group 1 cars here, and we're only 6 minutes into this 90 minutes craziness in the multi-class action. We've got Lil's GP leading in the Group 1 with Bazza in second and Jim chasing down the Baz like he owes him money, and the Baz getting past the Dodge Viper of Talleyrand's Group 3 car, and so does Jim. Jim is menacingly close now to the Baz. He is absolutely on fire. There's another Group 3 car, that's Cthulhu, who is in second place, I believe, from the Group 3 cars. Here comes Jim straight past, chasing down the Baz. This is tantalising battling here. They pulled away from Pat. Pat was only 3 seconds adrift of these guys. He is now 10.5 seconds. That is the pace that these two are driving at. They've lifted their pace to chase each other. It's race on between second and third as they come around that awesome final corner, and the downforce, of course, they don't lift. But now they've got Homesick Alien in the Mustang, and it's all gone wrong. Jim's come across the Baz. Where did that Homesick Alien end up? My good golly. Where is he? Yeah, they knocked him into next week. So, yes, Homesick Alien loses the position to, I think, Cthulhu and Talleyrand. And oh, poor Homesick Alien. Through no fault of his own. What camera angle is that? And the Big Dan didn't take the Alien, but Matt Psycho got by. Oh, it was always going to happen. It was a struggle, especially this tight, twisty corner. The Group 1 guys were warned about keeping an eye on that thingy, but Jim and the Baz were in such a tight-knit battle there. I think they just forgot the world around them. Well, it looked like the Baz had virtually slowed down. I'm not casting it, but we all saw it. Oh, it's telling me the car's now. It's a Porsche. So Matt Psycho then, only 11 seconds. That's played into his hands for a chance of a podium. These two coming across the Group 3 leader, and Matt Psycho now going past the new Group 3 leader in the V-Dub. And this race is wide open, my gosh. So Matt Psycho then, 11 seconds adrift of the Bazza, 35 seconds though on Lil's GP. I think Lil's GP would have lost a bit more time getting through the Group 3 cars, because he's the first one to come across them. I mean, after him, they'll be wary. And Jim and the Baz still racing hard with Matt Psycho in fourth, Pat now in fifth. So Matt Psycho somehow getting past Pat, and we missed it. I do apologise. And is it the tyres? No, Pat's tyres looking okay, but he's had a couple of rough ones, a 114 and a 113. Come on, Pat, shake your head. Noxie in sixth, and he openly admitted before this race he's not done this course yet. So all of those niggly things like that corner, a couple of the corners can be real buggers to get your head around. So Noxie getting past the Ford. So we've got Cthulhu leading for the Group 3 cars, only a second ahead of Talleyrand. Sneaky, I told you, got to watch him. Homesick Alien 5 seconds adrift of those. Look at that, lost 11 seconds with that Group 1 collision. And Homesick Alien though trying to recover, 6/10 ahead of the Daz. Let's have a look at the tyres around here. What's amiss? So Cthulhu's tyres halfway torn, and we think they can go all the way with those red ones. So, and he's at 3/4 of a tank of fuel, lap 9. I'm saying he's going to go well into lap 24, 25, possibly, before we see a pit stop. So, a while yet. Talleyrand then is on his case. Homesick Alien, 5 seconds adrift. 3/4 they've got. Oh, Talleyrand his Dodge is a little thirstier than the cars around him. Homesick Alien has saved quite best out of them, but his Mustang is punishing that front left tyre. Daz, his tyres are getting punished as well, but he's doing well with fuel. Big Dan in the Nissan, he's killing his tyres, man. He's absolutely destroying that front left. with Bandit. Also, front left could be an issue in the next couple of laps for him. Must be the way they go into that final corner. It is a lot of stress for that wheel. Full whack on the outside, all of the weight going to it. And Jokers, looks like someone was coming in. Big Dan. Big Dan trying to get through the pit lane without a penalty, and we'll see how he does. Oh, he hit something though on the way in. That's never helpful. So that could be a position for Jokers. No, Jokers likes the idea. He's following him in, and he's going to take a pit stop as well. And he's got plenty of time. Skyjacker is just out there testing. He's gone for hards. He's at a pit. Oh no! Jim and Skyjacker come across each other. Jim in second place. That puts Bazza through. And my words. And Matt Psycho now 1.5, and that's Matt Psycho podium position back again after the trauma from the first lap. Matt Psycho head down, cracked on, and Jim is having a bad phase of the race. Losing 2 positions, he was in second spot, and Bazza though, he's destroying that wheel. No, he's not. About the same for the Group 1 cars. Ushka. So Jim down in 4th, Pat 5th, but he's 14 seconds behind Jim. Noxie's 32 seconds behind Pat. Katula leading still the Group 3s with Talleyrand hot on his tail. As who's that? Noxie putting a lap on the Group 3 cars, or putting a lap on one of the Group 3 cars. He's got to wait for the dub to get into a bit of open space before he can try and whip it through. He's looking, he wants to. It's such a terrible place to come across a car, and the dub out wide. Does that help Talleyrand in any such way? And here we go. He's gone the downward towards the hill into the braking zone around the right-hander. He's braked a little later than Katula, giving him a little love peck, and he makes the move up the inside. Beautiful stuff by the boss. But Katula not to be taken too easily. He gets right into the slipstream, and he's waiting for the next. It's a long straight. He could get a lovely toe down here and go for a braking zone, but it's a tricky final corner to try and do it up the inside. He's going for it though, into the brakes. He doesn't quite have the tyres, and I think he thinks better of it, as it looks like Talleyrand struggles to get out of the corner, and then both of them ignore the pit lane to carry on around, and the tyres are starting to look a little rough. Skyjacker is out. Punishment enough. 14 minutes. We'll have a table of how long Skyjacker how long you can last in GT7. Binko in the chat saying, hi Thingy, just loaded up, and the first thing I see is chaos. Good luck, chaps. It was a mental race. I mean, they do it in real life, so it's doable. And Katula's still looking at Talleyrand. Homesick Alien, 4 seconds. He's pulled a second back on the boys ahead, and he's excited. Oh, Daz's wheels, Daz's tyres might need changing pretty soon, although Homesick is in the same sort of state, so tyres are getting to the end of their life, and I think when they go fully red, they're pretty much done. So Bandit 17 seconds behind Daz, but 22 seconds ahead of Dan. Remember Dan, Big Dan in the Nissan, he pitted, put on fresh mediums. He's going for a long roll. I'll say, yeah, he's not topped up as well. He's kept the car light. So good call from Nissan Dan. As Jim brings it in. Jim, the first of the Group 1 cars, brings it in for a pit stop. And, oh no, maybe Pat, no, Pat has lost that much time on him. And Pat's tyres are looking pretty raggedy. Is he? No, he's continuing on. He might get past Jimbo, but Jim will be on fresh tyres when he comes out. And he'll be eager to get the move done. It looks like everyone's white-knuckling in this one. It looks stressful with all the Group 3 cars. If you're in a Group 1, I would rather be in a Group 3 car, I think, than a Group 1 car. It's a little scary. It's a little scary out there, boys and girls. So Lil's GP, 38 seconds in the lead. I know, it's a beautiful livery. on a beautiful car, and I haven't given it the heed that it needs, and him the I haven't talked about him enough for being in the lead. He's doing a fantastic job. He's looked after his tyres really well. Fuel's going well. Baz has thrown it in. Baz has come in. Is that to cover for Jim? Oh, Jim did pick up the dreaded 3-second penalty from the pit lane crossing. I don't know, it must be on the way in. So Pat floating like a butterfly around there. And he is also bringing it in, but did he cross that yellow line as well? I think that's the trick. I think it's if your wheel comes back out again, and it's a tricky one because they can't see it in the Group 1 cars. So I think Pat might have to pick up a penalty for that. Bazza gets out well in ahead of Jimbo. Jimbo lost some time somewhere. Oh, there's a bit of dust, and obviously I'm going to the wrong cars. Daz. Bandit into the pits. His tyres pretty much done. Bandit done well to get up there. Is that because Catula's pitted? Sorry, Daz has pitted. All of the Group 3 cars and Homesick. But Homesick got out ahead of everyone. That's interesting. Pat's gone into the pits. Oh, we're going to see if he picked up a penalty. It was just that one wheel going out. Yeah, it is. Bless him. So Homesick in the pits from the pitting business has jumped everyone. So has Daz. Catula topped up the fuel a bit more, I think. Homesick Alien's gone for another set of soft tyres. Daz has gone mediums, and he put a little trickle of fuel in. And Catula, I think. Catula put more fuel in. And Talleyrand put the most fuel in. They've gone for medium tyres. They're going for a long run. Big Dan, he put medium tyres in earlier, we saw, and just put a trickle of fuel in. He's only 9.5 seconds behind Talleyrand, who's now on a long run. And Big Dan's pace is going to be going up as he comes to the end of his stint. And there is Jokers, 15 seconds adrift of Big Dan. And he's 10 seconds ahead of Bandit, who's just pitted and picked himself up a 3-second penalty. He's in the 3-second penalty club. And Moan incoming. Skyjacker, it's a lot there to read out. So Skyjacker says, can't do this anymore. Pat saying, you got 10 rounds of it soon on a Thursday. So Matt Psycho up in second, but he's got to pit. He's pitted now. Little's GP still hasn't pitted. So the Baz, can he get ahead of Matt Psycho? He possibly can. That is the start straight, innit? So Barry Twins gaining on Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho is moving though. Oh no, he's not even reached his he's not done it. Oh, does it not change the tyres until they leave the pit lane? Oh yeah, there you go. That got me confused. But Bazza is ahead of Matt Psycho by 12 seconds. Jimbo 41 seconds behind Matt Psycho now, but he's 13 seconds ahead of Noxie, who he couldn't have pitted. He's ahead of Pat, who we've just seen pit, and he's got damage to the back. Something has gone amiss there. Homesick Alien back in the lead of the Group 3 cars with a dash and splash in the pit lane as Noxie puts a lap on him. Catula in second. Oh, who's dropped off? Daz. Daz has had a moment. Oh, and that's got to be his pit lane pit stop. The 149. Oh, not sure what's happened to Daz there. It's this one, 25 seconds down. Oof, with a bit of extra oomph. So yeah, Daz, he was in second place. My God. So here we go then. Pat saying it's a stupid pit lane pit entry here. Right, Skyjacker's saying, oh, let me put my glasses on for this one. I don't want to get a single word wrong. This is going to be gold dust. Skyjacker, it's better being spectator than on track. That is one iffy layout, and like Noxie hadn't done anything meaningful on this track beforehand, then spent so much energy working out the stupid pit pens. Skyjacker, go on, big drifting Dan. Black Flag saying, evening thingy, hi Black Flag, I hear we've got a team versus team in February to look forward to, cannot wait. And Skyjack saying, but I've done some practice in the Scoob, gonna have to unglue my DRS button though, bit squiffy in wet. when the wing down. Oh no, how are you going to unglue that? Right, back to the race. Sorry, I just really whacked the mic with my phone. Sorry guys. Let me just have a little sip. So, Lils GP, I haven't followed this race well. It's going to take me a while to get used to... Oh no, Daz has gone. And we saw he'd lost 25 seconds. Oh my word, they're dropping like flies. Oh, Daz, he was still ahead of Big Dan, I think. Maybe medium tyres, he thought, sod that, this car's got no pace. Right, so Lils GP is leading the Group 1 cars by 47.6 seconds. Do you need me to say that again? 47.3 seconds. He's fast. But he's got Group 3 in front of him at the moment. And it's just the worst place to catch him up, but there you go, coming out the corner, just throttles on by. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Big Dan in your Nissan. VRC Bazza in second place. He's 9.9 seconds ahead of Matt Psycho at the moment. Barry having a cracking race. The Belgian Bullet. He's loving the American track, Road Atlanta, at the moment, and it's done well for him. He's done a superb job. I bet he can't believe he's ahead of Matt Psycho, and I bet Matt Psycho can't believe he's ahead of him. It's a lovely car though, Matt. Matt obviously having issues in the first lap. Came across something, I can't remember. Oh, he got punted, I think. So long ago. So long ago, 23 minutes. I haven't done long races for a while. I'm getting down to the messages. Oh, I think Daz got hit. I think Daz got hit by a Group 1 car. And that was that. And Black Flag in the chat saying team versus team in Feb. News to me, mate. But happy to get it organised. Sorry. I thought Koi Kart, maybe it was... I thought it was... I don't know. I thought Koi Kart had organised one. So Lils GP putting a lap on another... It looked like Pat. I think it was Pat. My gosh. I'm not even using the map in the top. I'm so... I don't know if I'm just rusty because we haven't done a race over Christmas, or if it's just GT7's throwing me off my kilter. But I'm not following the race that well with the arrows. I keep forgetting to go over and look. I miss my keyboard. I want my keyboard back. I even put it away in the cupboard. It's gone now until GT7 adds the functionality. So Baz, he's a lap down on. It's not showing a time, so he's got to be not quite a lap. There you go, 54 seconds. So Baz in second. Matt Psycho though 7 seconds. It was 9. He's got it down to 7. Oof, oof, oof. Desert saying, I elected to disconnect. Fair enough. He's having a good race though, man. Coming out second, I can understand your frustrations. I think there's been a couple of Group 3 guys have felt the wrath of being on this track with a Group 1 car. It's tricky for them out there. It really is tricky. And Koi Kart saying Team v Team is being organised for Feb. Black Flag saying GT7 takes time to get used to. The keyboard is the next necessary update. It would be nice. And the Daz saying, make of that what you will. What, that you elected to disconnect? No, man, you've done well. You did a great pit stop. You came out behind Home Alien, second in Group 3 class. And if there was a Group 1 car, it was off camera. I didn't see it. I know there is apart from Little's GP and possibly Matt Psycho, Baz, the other guy, it's a struggle. It's a struggle, it looks like, to keep these Group 1 cars under control. I don't like the Group 1 cars, in all fairness. Obviously I like to sit in the cockpit when you say in cockpit. And yeah, I I don't like it. I prefer the open wheel. For that sort of speed, I prefer an open wheel car. It has to be said. Doesn't seem natural inside. Absolute death machines. So fast and being enclosed with an engine. Scary. So Lil's GP, he's leading, man. He's absolutely destroying it. A 103.8. Let's have a look what sort of pace the other guys are putting out there. He's done a few 106s. Doesn't want to show us his 103 lap on lap 25 for some reason. I haven't done a long one on GT7. Maybe these are a little weird. Go back, it's there. 103.8. Really starting to pull out the marker on that in the lovely Red Bull Group 1 car. Porsche, I think it is. There's the Baz. He's come across, drifting Dan in his Nissan, and Bazza struggling to get by, and he can't dilly-dally. He can't play around because he's got the Pink Pig chasing him down, and he's got past now the Group 3 car, and let's see if Matt Psycho gets a better rub of the green with... Barely saw that one coming, my friend. Wow. Matt Psycho just narrowly missing a Group 3 car. And can someone ask Ensign to check his trousers? Because that was round trouser time. Unbelievable stuff. So, yeah, Matt Psycho is... Oh, what's going on? Matt Psycho then is 3 seconds. Oh, he's had a lap on him from Little's GP. That'll be painful. That'll be very painful. So Little GP has lapped up to 3rd place. Unbelievable pace from Little's GP there. Bazza doing a great job in 2nd, but he's being chased by the Psycho. And the Psycho is taking no prisoners today, especially seeing the lead overtake him to put a lap on him. Unbelievable stuff. Jimbo in 4th, clinging on. He's reacclimatized now. He did a 110 on 22, but in 2nd place at the beginning of this early part of this race. He's had good pace, but he's just sort of gone away from him. A couple of moments out there has put Bazza out of touch for him. Noxie, he's ahead of Pat. Pat's must have had a big one. 119 last time around for Pat. So unfortunately for Pat, slipping down behind at Noxie. Although Noxie, I think after the pits, was ahead of Pat. So I think Noxie's done that. He's getting the pace up. 106.8 now from Noxie. Same pace as Jimbo. Matt Psycho's in the 105s. He's managed a 104. And the Bazza, 108s lately. I don't know. That was because Group 3 cars, sorry. Yes, he's got home scaling to get by now. He's got by him. And he's been lapped himself by Little's GP. So Little's GP has lapped the field. He's trying to break the game. He's trying to break GT7 for us. Because now everyone started shaking behind him. They haven't. I'm just joking. And Black Flag saying, Coy, give me a shout, buddy. Looking forward to getting something sorted. Maybe a 3-way. Hello. Hey. It's the only chance I have of one of those. Me too. But it sounds good. And Skyjacket saying, Soz to Ensign and Baz was unfairly moody in chat. No, the moody is good. Tell him. Rubbish game. Brr. Cars don't even steer right. Tyres don't wear down properly. So Lil's GP slapped the field. Unbelievable stuff. Pack the case. Go home. He's done well. Bazza is fighting with the Psycho though. The Psycho has caught him up. And after that first lap tragedy, then he's had to fight his way through the field again and the Group 1 cars. Oh, there's detection movement at the front door. Who could that be at 9 o'clock in the night? So Matt Psycho then, all up in the breeches of Bazza. Bazza defending. Defence. There's a yellow flag out. I would normally look for it, but this is too intense to go there. Oh, it looks like a GT, Ford GT. That's Jokers. So there we go. The Baz ahead of Matt Psycho. 31 minutes into this race, and Jokers has gone as well. Oh my God. It's a race of attrition out there, and Matt Psycho chasing down the Baz. The Baz in the silver bullet, keeping it real. And Jimbo is 28 seconds adrift of him, ahead of Noxie in 5th with Homesick Alien now. Where's Pat gone? Has Pat gone as well? I didn't even see Pat, so we're down to just 10. Oh, Road Atlanta is killing these people. Oh, what was that? Bazza and Matt Psycho done and dusted. I thought we had a bit more time, and Baz has lost the track. He's found the track. He's lost the track. He's found some track. Oh, poor old Baz. It's gone to pieces for him, and that is music to Jimbo's ears. Jimbo, it's not over. We've got 60 minutes left of racing. People are dropping like flies, and the Bazza just lost a big ton of time as Matt Psycho tries to unlap himself from Little's GP. Obviously, that can only be his only target now. And the Baz coming across the Bandit. We should look down at the Group 3s. They're starting to pit. Catula losing the track, or just getting out of the way of Jimbo. And Catula then leading the Group 3 cars. Oh, he just got replaced on track. And that puts Talleyrand ahead. What a jolt. What a jolt. I didn't even get to see how far Talleyrand was behind him before that happens. Now Talleyrand is leading the Group 3s because Catula looked like it felt that he cut a corner there and replaced him. Homesick Alien's pitted, picked himself up a nice 3-second penalty for his pit stop, and put some softs on and half a tank of fuel. It's looking a bit hazy out there. I don't know what the fuel regs are. I mean the weather regs are at this place. I don't know if they can have rain. He did say wets and mediums are allowed, but wets and intermediates, sorry, not mediums. So heads all over the place. Black Flag saying, have fun, all off to do an F1 broadcast. Good luck, my friend, good luck. And Pat saying, the Group 1 cars on a controller round here is just too much for me. I think I might have been a part cause of lap 1 moment with Matt and Baz. I think I finished off Daz as well. Oh no, Pat. Rain isn't possible here, I think. Oh, thanks, Pat. Oh dear. So someone's just pitted the Bullet. The Bullet has pitted. He's picked himself up 3 seconds for the pleasure of it. He's behind the Jim. He's on medium tyres, half a tank of fuel. Baz has put mediums and a full tank of fuel. This race is between him and Jim today. I think the Baz must have lost a bit more time, decided to make something of it. Went into the pits. He's come out right in the middle of the Talleyrand and Catula battle, but he's cleared it now. And Matt Psycho, is that coming across the similar fight? And Matt Psycho, is he putting a lap on Bazza and Jimbo as well? Unbelievable stuff. Bandit's in the pits, and he's up to 4th now. But I think we've only got like 4 running in the Group 3. Oh, 5, sorry, with Big Dan. So Bandit's gone into the pits in a lovely looking BMW. Sorry, Bandit, we haven't. A Rolex BMW. Looks fantastic, with some lovely orange garnishes there on the side. Delicious, well done. So Bandit out onto the track. He's chasing down Big Dan, who is 30 seconds behind Homesick, whom is 18 seconds behind Talleyrand, who's picked up a bit of damage and lost the position to Catula. And my God, we're losing track with these Group 3 cars as well, aren't we? So Catula then is leading the Group 3 cars, with Talleyrand now in second. He's picked himself up some damage there. He must have had a bit of an off. He's had a couple of off laps, a 130 and a 128, and he's done consistent 119s before that. Catula, a 136. Oh, everyone's having a mare here. You can just see Homesick Alien 8 seconds behind him, and I think he may have just pitted. So Homesick Alien is really is gaining up some ground behind him, but he's got Noxie behind him with Big Dan. He's got Noxie, he's ahead of him, but he's behind him on track. I mean, there goes Noxie through and up with Big Dan then in the Nissan. Chasing down Homesick, but he's lost 30 seconds on him. He's just done his fastest lap of the race though, and he's 33 seconds ahead of the Bandit. And yeah, 5 of each then, boys. Nice balanced lobby. 5 Group 1s, 5 Group 3s. Lil's GP, he's lapped the field. Matt Psycho, I can't remember, he was lapping someone. Jim in third. Ahead of Baz. He's pulled a fast one there as Jimbo. Somehow pulled the move. And he's got himself ahead of Baz. Baz has topped up. He's put the medium tyres on, so he's going for a long run here. He should end up ahead of Jim at the end of the stints. But he's got to watch out for Noxie, because Noxie started finding some pace. Well, every other lap, Noxie finds some pace. He's a 108, 110, 108, 110, 107, 110. So he's up for a good lap, this one. That might be the hybrid, though. Maybe he's harvesting battery on those 110 laps. Is it? I want to stay with this one now to see if it's going to be a 110 or a 107. But Noxie only 18 seconds behind the Baz, and we're 37 minutes into this chaotic session. And whoever, I mean, I say whoever, we know what psycho thought it would be a good idea to put the Group 1 and Group 3 cars on such a tight and twisty track. And Noxie coming across Cthulhu and getting by. I mean, the lap difference between Cthulhu and Noxie, 33 laps. Noxie's done, and Cthulhu's done 29. It's only 4 laps. Wow. Little's GP has done 35 laps. That Psycho's done 34 laps. Jimbo's done 34. Baz has done 33. He's just about to cross the line. Well, no, not quite. He's lost even more time on Jimbo. Jimbo is absolutely pulverising it out there. Doing some beautiful laps. Whose lap times was I looking at? Noxie's. It was a 107. Hey! He's consistent. So this should be a 110. I want to hang around. I know I said that last time, but I really do want to see if the theory works. This is a 110 this lap. He's broken the curse. My gosh, Noxie. The curse of the 110. He's oh no, he's doing the 110 on this lap instead. Oh, I hope that wasn't me. I hope he doesn't listen. And I'll get blamed for that. Sorry, Noxie. So Little's GP then, leading the race. He's building up for a pit stop though, you can tell. His tyres look red, his fuel's looking low. Matt Psycho chasing him, well, he's not chasing him down, he's a lap down. But Matt Psycho trying to put as much distance between himself and Jim. He's looking close to a pit stop also. Jimbo in third place. It's 48 seconds behind Matt Psycho. He's 46 seconds ahead of the Baz. Don't know what happened to the Baz, man. He's put those medium. Oh, maybe no, the mediums are on Jimbo as well. But maybe the mediums and heavy fuel really does throw off the rhythm of the car, and it really is starting to look more likely that Baz's race is with Noxie rather than with Jim. Noxie at the moment, he's smashing them in. Cthulhu leading the Group 3 cars. He brings his car into the pits, and he's pulled out nearly 9 seconds on Talleyrand. We saw Talleyrand was ahead of him a fair few laps ago now, when Cthulhu got replaced back on track. But Talleyrand takes the lead of the Group 3 cars. Homesick Alien saw he pitted a little earlier than the two ahead of him. Has he pitted again recently? No. Why has he done a 132? That can't be right, can it? Yeah, he did a 132 on lap 29. Don't think that was his pit stop, though. Not sure. But he's got himself ahead of Cthulhu, who's been released from the pits. And there he... there he doesn't go yet, so Homesick easily up into second place. But only a quarter of a tank of fuel on there. But Homesick Alien, he's not been filling that car up. He's been pitting often and keeping the car low on fuel. He's some 16 seconds off of Talleyrand though, but Talleyrand is due a pit stop, and do you know what? Homesick Alien might be quids in here. I don't understand the pit times. Yeah, well, Tools picks up the 3 seconds for a pit stop. Matt Psycho into the pits. My God, look at this training car Jimbo's just come across. He's got Ensign Newer to get by. Then he's got Noxie ahead of him. He's got to put a lap on. And then he's got Catula. And Noxie's already passed Catula, and so is Jim. My gosh. Jim in 3rd place, though. Podium position ahead of the Baz. Baz going long, though. It might put him ahead, but I think he's lost too much time on this strategy ahead of behind Jim. I think Jim short-fueled. Or it's the Jim's strategy. I think it was looking better for Baz, but Baz has lost a bit of time since his pit stop. I think Jimbo secured that 3rd place. Noxie, 17.8 seconds. He's not gaining any more on the Baz. Talleyrand leading the Group 3 cars, 15 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. Fuel-wise, they're similar, but Talleyrand's tyres are absolutely cooked. Next to Homesick Alien, Big Dan up into 3rd place. It looks like Noxie's had a moment there. And his chase for Bazza coming to an end because he's lost the track, I think. Is it this way? Is it that way? No. That's odd. Maybe he's got software problems, hardware problems. It's definitely nightmare problems. And he's found the track again, and he's off on his merry way. And Bazza doesn't have to look over his shoulder anymore, I think, because Noxie losing a huge amount of time there. Talleyrand's into the pits, and that should promote Homesick Alien into the lead, but Homesick Alien is on drizzles of fuel. I say drizzles. I haven't seen anyone's fuel going down that low in this race. So, yes, Jimbo on the scene there with Little's GP. So you got Jim 3rd, losing a lap to Little's GP, and Little's GP trying to get by the Group 3 leader, and he does so successfully, and his tyres are absolutely mullered. And he's not going to pit yet. Matt Psycho, recently pitted, half tank fuel, chasing that fastest lap that Little's GP holds with a 103.8. We're nearly 45 minutes into this race. Is that halfway? Oh God, is that only halfway? We've lost a ton of drivers. But Matt Psycho then in 2nd place, chasing down Little's GP or racing the clock, one or the other. Jimbo in a podium position of a track. It's really catching our sim racers out there. Apart from the Psycho and Little's GP, seems like everyone is falling foul. Hey, I said no one's fuel's gone to red, and Noxie's proved me wrong because his fuel's red. So Noxie 5th in the Group 1 cars. Homesick Alien leading. And that sun is setting and looking glorious. Glorious in the background as you see the sun disappearing behind the tree line. When they show it, there you go. Just about caught it. Right then, more chat. Pat saying, looking at about 82, 83 laps for the leading Group 1 cars, with an average 85-second lap. Ridiculous numbers, just too much for me with the multi-class as well. It's a nightmare, man. No one can deal with this. Pat saying, Noxie got reset to the track from the bottom end of the S's to the top of the hill again, then spun off somehow. Didn't look like he did much wrong. Ah, there you go. Just looked like he was off the ground for it. I mean, just looked like he was going backwards and forwards. Must have been just a bit of a glitch. So Noxie's going to be into the pits soon. He's 50 seconds behind the Baz, and there's not showing a time between Jim and Baz. It's that far, that much of a chasm. There you go, 57 seconds. Took a while. Matt Psycho, who's a lap down on Little's GP, is 22 seconds ahead of Jim now, and that is the Group 1 story. Homesick Alien is the leader of the Group 3 cars, sorry. and he's putting a lap on Bandit. It's because I thought I'm using their nicknames. You can have either their bloody PSN names or their nicknames. Because it's a one-off, I've gone for nicknames and only just noticed I've been calling him Homesick Alien, and it's just VRC Homesick was his nickname. So Homesick is in the leader, and he's got to come in for fuel, which obviously Talleyrand ahead of Catula by 8 seconds. Ooh, that's interesting. He's had to see 2 Group 1 cars going by, and that's Matt Psycho. Jim's into the pits. Now this is interesting. It is definitely for tyres, but I think Jimbo has pulled out such a gap on the Baz. The Baz, since putting them medium tyres on, I don't know. Well, he's done a 106. He's finding pace on them now. The fuel, I think you have to not put as much fuel in the Baz. I think these cars are tragic when they're full up. Little's GP, look, he's only put half a tank of fuel in. He's pitted recently, and yeah, I think that's the trick here. Oh, Little's GP, beautiful stuff on Bandit there, up the inside of the Group 1. And it's come a cropper here though. This is a very tight. Oh no, straight through in this. Dan in the Nissan lifted for him, but Little's GP just cutting through the fields, loving life, absolutely loving life. Look at him, all on his own. Matt Psycho in second, Jim third, and Bazza is fourth, with Noxie in fifth. Noxie still not pitting yet. Surprises me. Thought he would have pitted. Homesick Alien, he's going to have to pit as well. Ooh, so we've got a couple of pit stops to look forward to here. Who's further through the lap? It'll be Homesick. So yes, Homesick Alien. We're looking for that pit entry. As he comes up and over the hill, there's the pit entry. He looks, oh, that's going to be tight. He might get it. He might get a penalty for that one. Talleyrand cruising down that hill. He's looking to get that first place in the Dodge, in the Viper, and they've all had a race, haven't they? They've all had to put some energy into this one. Wasn't so easy as I think some of them might have thought coming into it. Thought it's just another race and realised it's a killer. It's a killer track. Cars are just a little too fast for it. Corners are blind. It's nightmare. Stuff nightmares were made of. Thanks, Matt Psycho. Used to sadistic. You should know, because he likes Green Hell. He wants to do Green Hell endurance races. So just goes to show where his mindset is. He's just a little bit sadistic. Talleyrand, Group 3, a leader at the moment, with Catula now up into second. Homesick comes out of the pits in third spot, and he's got a minute and a half on the Bandit. And Big Dan's dropped back. Oh, he's been back in the pits. He's put hards on. He's trying all the tyres. He's having a go. Oh, you want to put intermediates on next, Big Dan? Try them out. He was having a good stint that last stint, wasn't he? Oh, near the end, 122. But other than that, it was all going quite sweetly. But he's opted for a hard set of tyres, and you don't have to have hards on this race. Who shall we watch? There's only one race. Homesick 6.5 seconds behind Catula. Noxie's gone in. Oh, he really did squeeze that fuel out, didn't he? But yeah, it's Homesick Alien, I guess, chasing down Catula. But Catula is a fast Spaniard. So Homesick Alien's going to struggle with that one. But he's got fresher tyres, only just though. A little bit more fuel. Talleyrand off on his ollie bobs, out there in the front. No one can touch the man. Let me get me some glasses on, because we've got chat. So Skyjacker saying nicknames. Yet another useless feature. At the time, energy encoding should be spent elsewhere in the game. Hey, I made a feature out of it. And Pat saying the Group 1s can get about 4 or 5 laps out of 10% fuel round here when it goes red. Oh, there you go. So Noxie easily getting 4 or 5 laps out of the fuel. And And Talleyrand then 19 seconds. Homesick's got to pass Catula. Oh my blooming hell, while I was reading bloody chats. How? It must be this lap, because Catula did a 118.2 last time around. I think Homesick was ahead of him. No, Homesick was behind him because he'd come out the pits. Mediums and maybe softs. That does make a big difference, I guess. Homesick's on the softs, Catula on the medium tyres. Don't know if Catula lost some time in this one because he is 16 seconds behind Homesick, and I think Homesick was 6.5 seconds behind Catula when I last looked. So, yeah. I don't read your chats anymore, guys. I miss stuff. That's right. So, Talleyrand leads 19 seconds. Homesick Alien is in second. Catula in third. And let's have a look. Yeah, this one. Wow, lost a huge amount of time. Humongous amount of time there. 20-odd seconds in one lap. Has given Homesick Alien, but it can happen to anyone, it seems, around here. So, yeah. Catula then is third with Bandit in fourth. Only 30 seconds behind Catula, but Bandit is looking like he needs a pit stop soon, which Big Dan will be pleased about, because Big Dan has put some hard tyres on and topped that fuel right up. He's going for a long one. Lil's GP flying high. Red Bull really does give him wings because he is on it. Beautiful. Then Matt Psycho coming across. Talleyrand, the Group 3 leader. And there they go. Oh, so fast, those Group 1 cars coming down that hill. Unbelievable stuff. Jimbo in third. Oh, doing a little bunny hop over the hill. Kicking up a bit of dirt. Beautiful stuff. Only 26 seconds ahead of the Baz. I kept saying, because he's come in, hasn't he? He's been in, he's put some softs on. And Baz has gained on him. Now Baz is getting into some nice lap times. He's come across Catula, but he's cleared him. And the lights on the cars, I don't know how long they've been on, but I've only just noticed them. And Bazza fighting with his machine, the Silver Dream, through that section. Noxie just saw pit. It's not showing us a time between him and Baz. It's not that big of a gap. Come on. And, Noxie. He's still not giving us a time sector between him and Baz, but he's just crossed the line. Can you not get out, Cal? What's wrong with you? Is he a lap behind him? I can't believe he's a lap behind him. Not sure what's going on there between the Baz and the Noxie. Won't give us a time, which indicates it's a lap, but I don't think the Baz has put a lap on Noxie. Maybe he has while he pitted. Possibly. Talleyrand then. 18.3 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien, who's 20 seconds ahead of Catula, who's 34 seconds ahead of Bandit, who is 26 seconds ahead of Big Dan. But Bandit has to pit soon, which will put Big Dan ahead. Catula, God knows what happened to him, but he did a 142 on lap 38. It's got to be a track reset, hasn't it? That's a killer. Around here is the track reset. Homesick Alien, 16.5 seconds behind Talleyrand. Talleyrand did a 117.7, followed up with the 119. Homesick Alien, 117.9 and a 117.5. And, yeah. Noxie coming through, was it? Noxie? No. No, it's the Silver Dream. Barry's machine. The Bazza. Fourth, 23.9 seconds behind Jimbo, but Jimbo on a soft set of tyres, fresh soft set of tyres. He's on his way for a podium in the Group 1s. Great achievement. And Noxie in fifth. Talleyrand leads from the Alien. I don't think really. Oh, there goes Bandit. He has pitted, and it's put Big Dan up ahead of him. And where will Bandit come out? Big Dan on the racing hard tyres, 3/4 of a tank of fuel. If Bandit's on a nippier tyre and lower fuel load, it's not out of the realm that Bandit could catch him up. Bandit, he's in the 120s like Big Dan is. He's gone for medium tyres. But they were really old tyres when he was doing 120s. A little wide there on the mediums. Expected a bit more grip, cold tyres and all that. But he didn't get 3-second penalty coming out the pit lane. So, woohoo to Bandit. Great job. Great job with pit entry. Everyone struggled with that one. Little's GP, that's, I think, was who we just saw, putting another lap on Bandit. He's done 52 laps. We're coming up to 57.5 minutes in this race. Matt Psycho in second place with Jim in third. And Bazza fourth. And he's only 30 seconds, I say only, but we've still got 30 odd minutes of racing here. And we've seen things can drastically change in these races in a minute, not alone 30 minutes. So Jimbo, it's a 28-second lead. It's comfortable now, but it can soon disappear, and Bazza knows that. Bazza's chasing him. Bazza is staying on it as he goes past the Group 3 leader of Talleyrand. Noxie is not showing a time, which is frustrating. He must have gone a lap down on the pit stops. Talleyrand, I tell you what though, 58 minutes. Well done, GT7. It's not been bad. The lobby has held. I don't want to curse things, bring anything down. Pat in the chat saying the time between Bazza and Noxie is just over a minute and a half. A lap and a half between them. Oh, there you go. What a shame. So Talleyrand just seeing another Group 1 cars. I think it's Little GP. Every time I go to someone, Little GP overtakes them. He's photobombing every single shot in this stream, ladies and gentlemen. So Talleyrand, 15 seconds. So Homesick has pulled a bit back, hasn't he? 118s. He's in the 18s. His fuel's low. Homesick Alien, a quarter of a tank of fuel. I tell you, strategies are interesting in the Group 3s. Cthulhu as well is not in a better state than the Alien, and Cthulhu's lost more time to Homesick Alien. Big Dan. The Big Dan and Bandit fight. Bandit on the medium tyres. Like I said, 33 seconds around here for the next 30 minutes is nothing. With track resets, corners you can't even see. Ooh, Bandit, he wants more grip. He wants more grip, he says. His tyres aren't warmed up enough for him. And yeah, that sun is definitely setting here at Road Atlanta. Goodbye to another day. Pat saying give the game a couple of weeks when it has to last as long as this race and an hour extra. Aye. It's going to be a tough one, that one. Especially there's gaps like this. Little GP. Is he in that one? That's at Daytona as well, isn't it? Very American. Very American. They should have just made it an endurance championship. So Lil's GP there is leading from Matt Psycho, who's just gone by. Talleyrand, the leader of the Group 3 class, but we think he's going to pit at the end of this lap, possibly. Maybe another lap. I can't see another lap in that fuel tank. And Homesick Alien is on his way, man. He's up for it. I thought he'd lost a bit of time when he was behind Cthulhu as well. Cthulhu lost a big amount of time on that 38. He's been in the 120s afterwards. I think he's trying to eat that fuel out. Talleyrand then into the pits. Didn't see his entry. Didn't see how close that he was to the yellow line. Homesick Alien then will retake the lead of the Group 3 class as he goes past the pit entry. And the stadium lights, I think, starting to come on. And there he goes up into the lead. Now Cthulhu Cthulhu might have to pit himself as well. Is he? No, he hasn't got there yet. So Talleyrand could get out ahead of Cthulhu still. And I think Cthulhu... Ooh, hello, baby. Meet me under the bridge. Hey? So Cthulhu losing the Beetle and ignoring the pit lane, carrying on round for another one, but Talleyrand is on the move. And it's going to be tight. Cthulhu around the first corner, not quite around the first corner yet. Talleyrand will be getting dumped out. No, it looks like Cthulhu's got the position, but he's going to have to pit pretty soon himself. And now it's down to Homesick Alien to really bang those laps out. Now, Bazza in the pits. See, he didn't use all that fuel. Maybe he's not going to fuel up at this one. If you top up, Barry, I'm going to brain you. Didn't even use half of that fuel. You've just carried all that weight around for now. Shouted out. Put fuel in it, Barry. You didn't even use all the last fuel, and you put softer tyres on. There's a little GP leading the race from Matt Psycho, who's just come across the V-dub, sorry. And he's going to be pitting himself pretty soon. Jim ahead of the Baz. Who is ahead of Noxie. And the Group 1 cars, they're a little bit spaced out. Not even getting a time for any of them. Distance, the game's broke. Homesick Alien, he's getting, there you go, look. Little GP, photo bombing the stream again. As we're looking at Homesick Alien. Making his way around in the lead of this race. It's all about the pit stops, all about the strategy with these Group 3 cars. Unfortunately, you see, this is the problem with multi-class, where you jump in between two. I've not been able to keep an eye on what these strategies are going like for these boys down here. God, I'm starving. I've not ate, you know. So Cthulhu in second at the moment, but he's definitely going to need to pit pretty soon. Talleyrand on a set of medium tyres, and he's got Jimbo coming by with Big Dan. He's pulled away a little bit from Bandit. We were looking to Bandit gain a bit of ground on Big Dan while Big Dan's on those racing hards. Big Dan's getting 120s. I think he was getting 120s out of the mediums as well. So the hard tyres not holding. Oh, look at that exhaust flame. You luscious little thing. Oh, yeah, you look like you made out of cardboard boxes, but God, those flames are hot. Oh, Bandit not having a good stint in this one. And it's, I suppose the track's getting cooler because it's becoming nighttime. So Little's GP driving into the lights, across the line again to start lap 60 or 61. He's on lap 60, so yeah, start lap 60. Then Matt Psycho in the pits, out of the pits should I say, missed his whole pit stop. And he's on to the track, and there's a yellow flag ahead of him, but it seems to have gone. So whatever it was cleared. And Matt Psycho then in second place ahead of Jim. Oh, Noxie's out. Noxie's car has blown a fuse and it's disappeared. So Jim in third, Bazza in fourth, and we're down to 9 runners with 25 minutes left to go. Commentator's nightmare. Homesick Alien getting ready for a pit stop. He's 42 seconds ahead of Talleyrand. I can't believe that. And Cthulhu's 48 seconds behind Talleyrand. What happened to those guys? Why did they get so spaced out? I didn't notice that happening. I thought they were a bit more tighter than that. And pit stops I can't see where pit stops are costing him. So he's just pitted. He must be on the outlap. Let's stay with Cthulhu to see what the outlap was. That's why he's 48 seconds behind Talleyrand, because he's just pitted. He was just ahead of Talleyrand. So it must be it's a big amount of time to lose in a pit stop. Look at me being quiet. It's because I'm waiting patiently for Cthulhu to cross the line. See how much a pit stop costs. Because Homesick's in, and if it is about 48 seconds, then that means Talleyrand will be ahead of Homesick Alien. So, yeah, 2:11. That's not a usual pit stop time, is it? 2:12, yes, for Talleyrand. Ah, there you go. Yeah, they lose a shed load of time. So Talleyrand could quite get back ahead of the Alien, although the Alien looks like it's a brief stop for him. A splash and dash, if you will. 23 minutes left on the clock. And this is what it is for the Group 3 cars. Well, when it's timed, it's easier, I guess. It's when it's laps, because you can't keep count of how many laps you've been lapped. When it's timed, I suppose you can guess your fuel a bit better. He's gone half fuel, and he stayed ahead of Talleyrand, but only just. Wow, I should have been more excited about how close these two are. And oh dear, Talleyrand's on the racing medium and a heavier car, and behind, but he hasn't got the track position. And Homesick Alien, I'm pretty sure we saw him putting soft tyres on, half a tank of fuel. So his Mustang, it's the battle of the Yanks here for the Ford Mustang versus the Dodge Viper. And you've got V-Dog in third, but 54 seconds behind is Cthulhu now. Tallerando, it's a waiting game for him. Homesick, if it's all about how much fuel and the durability of the tyres, these Group 3 cars have been pitting more than the Group 1 cars, so I can't see that Talleyrand's going to try and take that all the way to the end of this race. But Homesick Alien, just narrow margins on that pit stop, weren't there? Very narrow margins. Homesick Alien, oh no, Homesick Alien's on medium tyres, but his car's a little bit lighter than Talleyrand's. Pat in the chat saying maybe Red Bull are paying Little's GP an appearance fee for each time he's on the camera. Yeah, it feels like it. Pat also saying Cthulhu and Ensign might actually have a race on soon, only 7 seconds apart. Oh, very nice. Pat saying, oh, 3 seconds. Let's have a quick look. 6 seconds. So it looks like they're seesawing up and down. If it was 7 seconds, then 3 seconds. Fourth lap on Bazza. Poor old Baz. So Big Dan, as it gets darker and darker here at Road Atlanta for the 1.5 hour endurance race. VRC's first race of the year 2023. And yes, it's been a mad one. It's been craziness. Little's GP just coming out of the pits. And is that 20 minutes? Can 20 minutes go? He's not even put half a tank of fuel in, so maybe he feels comfortable that that's going to take him all the way to the end of the race. With Matt Psycho. Ooh, Matt Psycho's picked up a bit of damage there. He's 47 seconds ahead of Jimbo, but Jimbo's just going into the pits to get those tyres changed. But he's a good distance ahead. He's a good distance ahead of Bazza. So look in the dark what it looks like around here in a Group 1 car. Sat aboard the Silver Dream with Bazza the Bullet. As he makes his way around Road Atlanta after 61 laps, 1 hour and 11 minutes of driving, and it's a test. It has been a test of attrition. Geez, what did we start with? 14 runners, and we're down to 9. Seen a few fall by the wayside. Look at that, it barely feels like it slows down for that corner. The lights flickering around, all these distractions you've got to cut out. Just keep an eye on the track. It's a tight corner. Oh, just misses the apex. Just pulled it back though. Yeah, Jesus way. 60 laps of that, going backwards and forwards. It'll drive anyone to insanity. Some traffic ahead for the Baz though. Someone to entertain himself with. A couple of Group 3 cars. It looks like Talleyrand's ahead of Homesick Alien. That is how it was, wasn't it? We haven't missed anything there. But they are close on track to each other. Gosh. I'm sure, no, Homesick, was he? No, he was, but I can't remember what order they were in. But they're still close together. 9/10, but Homesick Alien, half a tank of fuel. Talleyrand, he's nearly on half a tank of fuel himself. Catula, 53 seconds. He lost a shed load of time in the middle of this race. 7th place. 7th, but 3rd in the Group 3s. Still a podium. Big Dan, he was gaining on Catula, but he's drifting back now towards Bandit. And we saw Bandit wasn't enjoying the Beamer on the medium tyres when he first came out the pits. And he's starting to look like he's getting on top of her now. Get her under control with a 121. Big Dan doing a 21.9. And Catula a 19.6. So Big Dan losing touch even more so, but his racing hard tyres, half worn. And a half-worn set of racing hard tyres is pretty much pointless. Catula on a fresh set of mediums. He's not going to catch up the Alien. Homesick Alien's losing ground to Talleyrand. Talleyrand speeding up there. I'm pretty sure Talleyrand was ahead. No, he was behind. I can't remember. I can't remember what order they were after the pit stops. I think Homesick was ahead, so Talleyrand must have got past. As Matt Psycho goes by the Group 3 leader. Talleyrand just starting his 55th lap of the race. 1.8 seconds ahead of the Mustang. And Catula in 3rd spot, pulling away from Big Dan, who I think is racing hard tyres. Are starting to hurt him now. And Bandit, still something to hold on to then if Big Dan's having troubles out there. His lap time's dropping. Little's GP leading the way by God knows how far. A fair whack. He's done a 103.471. And he's pushing the boundaries there. And he's purple again in the dark. We can definitely say he's not solar paddled, because he's going faster in the dark than he was in the day. He's on a quarter of a tank of fuel, and we are down to 15 minutes of racing. We've had sprint races longer than that. And Little's GP, he's really trying to get those fastest laps in before the timer runs out. And he's going to enjoy some huge bragging rights to Matt Psycho. I think they're friends. Ooh, that Group 3 car, couldn't have timed it better. Look at that, got this 102.6, ladies and gentlemen. That's subhuman. And now he's come across the Dodge Viper, but he's had to back out because it's no easy way by around here. And he finds one. Sweet stuff, sweet driving from Little's GP. Matt Psycho, why aren't you that good? Sorry, Matt. I don't mean that. That's horrible. So Matt Psycho, 1.5. It does tell you how far behind. Now I'm looking at the gaps, but he's 1.5. 1 minute 50 seconds off of Little's GP. Nearly 2 minutes slower than his mate. Over 67 laps. Oh, Matt Psycho's getting some aggro in it today. I love you, man. I don't mean it. Jimbo looking good for a podium. And beat the man Bazza in the end. And Bazza still hopeful though, still a chance. It's never over until you see the black and white flag. And Talleyrand 2.2 seconds ahead of the Alien. And that fuel is definitely going to take them all the way to the end, isn't it? But is Homesick Alien's fuel going to be a little tight? Interesting. So Talleyrand smashing the 118s, late 118s out at the moment, with Homesick Alien a 118.8, but he was doing 19s before that. Was that some sort of fuel saving, possibly? A bit wide for the Alien. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe that's his line. But yeah, ties 3.3 seconds now. I think Homesick Alien might be getting concerned with fuel. But, I mean, there's not a lot of racing left now. With Cthulhu, 51 seconds adrift of Homesick, 22.9 seconds ahead of the Dan. And Dan still maintaining that 38.2 seconds ahead of Bandit. Seems like everyone has got themselves into a comfortable little run at the moment. Lil's GP, just being reminded there are cars in this race, as he whips by a bunch of them down the straight. Matt Psycho in second, Jim in third. And all Jim has to do now, keep on the grey stuff, and bring it on home for a podium in an endurance race. That is better than money in the bank. Bazza is a fourth, and that's all we've got, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4 Group 1 runners. Everyone's cars too finicky, couldn't take the endurance, and lots of DNFs tonight, here, there and everywhere. God, I hope Daytona doesn't go like this. Right, so let me have a look. Bill's GP just about to go, 4th lap on Bazza. Read that, he's just pitted, cancel that. Pat saying illegal car, that Red Bull Porsche. It's just too quick. Probably went over budget. They probably did. Skyjack saying this still going. Oh. And Pat saying Jim in P3 has just been lapped by the leader for the 3rd time. Sorry, Jim, if you're listening live. Oh, Jimbo, don't care. Lil GP, he's done a 102.6. I don't even think anyone else has done a 103. Matt Psycho's been doing 105s. So don't listen to him, Jim. Lil's GP is just special. Bazza in 4th. He's 4 minutes off of the leader. Jesus, wet. Talleyrand. He's lost Homesick. Homesick's really had to back out. Is that for fuel? Has he made a mistake? Ooh, he must have made a mistake. He did a 129. Did he? It disappeared. Yeah, 129. And it doesn't bring Cthulhu. Oh no, Dan's had to pit. And we know it's over a minute pit, well, just under a minute. And that puts Bandit in a lovely position there. But Big Dan is going to be in a Nissan with new tyres. And he's gonna put softs on for the last 10 minutes, isn't he? He's going out there for a blast. He's going to go for Lil GP's lap time. There he goes. Soft tyres, I said that. And Bandit didn't get by him. Bandit, though, is closer. 3.6 seconds. Man alive, that's tight. That's taut. Taut as a drum. 3 second gap between Big Dan and Bandit. But Big Dan, he means business. He's put some racing softs on. He's going for that 102.670. And good luck to him. Fair play. Lil's GP bringing her on home. 10 minutes go, less than 10 minutes to go. And Matt Psycho into the pits. He's going for fastest lap, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't really need tyres. He doesn't need fuel. He wants a 102.5. Can he do it? Lil's GP giggling to himself, knowing that Matt Psycho isn't going to do it. Jim, Bazza's coming as well. He wants a little bash at that fastest lap. Coming to the end of the race, the last 10 minutes, they all want fresh, fast tyres, and they're going for it. Jimbo, his tyres still quite fresh. He says, I'm not pitting. Screw you guys. And Talleyrand then 12 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien so close to being in the shout of a win here. Led early doors. Some nasty Group 1 cars put him into the Shadow Realm. He fought his way back strategically, got himself back in the lead of the race. But Talleyrand, in the end, stealthy, sly, he got it done. He got the job done. All right then, Bazza gets a 3-second penalty for that pit stop, and Matt Psycho does not. So well done to Matt Psycho. And let's have a look, shall we? No pressure. At Matt Psycho going for the fastest lap. Let's get in car for it. That's what I say. Into turn one. Not even a hint of a lift coming up the hill. Have a bit of a brake for this tight right. Wing it left. Going downhill. The car's unstable. Slide right. Don't do it too early or you go on the grass. Then up here. Try and straight line it as best you can. Then up and wide. Avoid the sand. He doesn't want to see Group 1 cars. There you go. Gives Talleyrand a little flash as he comes through. That looks like it's Jim, I believe, just ahead. Or is it a Red Bull? No, I think it is Jim. And he might be able to get a lovely toe up this straight. That'll help him towards a 102.6. 102.5 he's looking for. As they come around that final corner. He's 5/10 off of his fastest time. Oh, it's not the final corner yet, sorry. It's left right to get through. Up and over the hill. And then pedal to the metal all the way around to get a 104. So sets it up to go again. 7 minutes left of this race around that first corner. Really has caught up with me and has a little coming together with, is that Jimbo? Yes. So Matt Psycho though now does have quite a clear track ahead of him and could go for that 102.670. Jimbo in third spot. Superb job today from the Jim. He's had moments that could have rattled him, but he shook it off, cracked on, and he's ended up gaining a lovely podium position, it seems, unless something drastic happens. The Bazza in fourth. Oh, this race held so much. He was up to second at some point. And, yeah, it was not to be for the Baz. But he might be thinking this is just a bit of practice before next Friday with qualifying for the Daytona Road course. And Talleyrand was 15 seconds ahead of the Alien, and the Alien, it did look like it was just that one mistake on lap 57, lost him a whole hoop of time from the Dodge Viper. And Cthulhu 37.5 seconds behind Homesick. Big Dan 10 seconds ahead of Bandit. Don't forget he went out, he put some soft tyres on. He's trying to get that fastest lap as well. Managed to 120.2 last time out. Bandit 21.3, but Bandit's tyres are absolutely mullered. And he's going to try and take them all the way, but they don't look healthy to me. Little's GP. Ooh, he's got a bit of damage on his car and his fuel's low. Ooh, did he ever come in together with Big Dan? And Little's GP hasn't put a foot wrong all race, but he's carrying a bit of damage. And yeah, the fuel's red, but Pat already told us they can go 4 or 5 laps without hitting. So Pat saying 4 out of the 6 left in Group 1. And 5 from the 8 that started in Group 3A. It was definitely a race of attrition, this one. It definitely, what do they say? Made the wheat from the chaff. So Little's GP, men from the mice. So Little's GP leads from Matt Psycho. Matt Psycho, we think, possibly going for purples. Got the fastest lap out of the race. Second place and fastest lap. Bragging rights. It's always bragging rights. So far, he hasn't been able to get out of the 105s. He's coming over again at 106. I think those pesky Group 3 cars possibly getting in his way a lot. Jimbo looking at a podium. Tasty. Bazza in 4th with Talleyrand leading The Group 3 cars, 13 seconds ahead of the Alien. The Alien's fuel is flashing. Not sure, you know. 3 laps to go. He'll probably wing that around. And he's got 37 seconds on Cthulhu. Don't think he can afford a pit stop. Maybe a splash and dash. Who knows? I haven't kept track of the race that well. But Talleyrand's looking solid for a win in the Group 3 class today in the Dodge Viper, and the Dodge team will be so pleased with that on home turf here at Road Atlanta. Cracking stuff. Cracking little race, really. I know it's a bit gappy, but it's been a pleasure to see a beautiful track and some crazy cars try and go around it. And Little's GP, not quite on his final lap. I think he'll probably get another lap after this one. Possibly 2, the speed he's going. Matt Psycho, 103.7, getting closer. Getting closer there. He's saving it for the last lap. He's going to go out in a blaze of glory. Going down in a blaze of glory. Lord, I never shot first, but I drew first blood. I'm no one's son. Call me young gun. So Matt Psycho going for that fastest lap. Not this lap though, because we just saw him having an off. But he's cracking on. Jimbo toodling on. He's got it wrapped up. Just got to stay on the grey stuff. Not do anything silly. And he'll be getting a nice bronze looking medal at the end of this one. And the Baz, last remaining, not last remaining, but the last of the remaining Group 1 cars. He may be 4th, but don't forget there was 3 Group 1 cars behind him that didn't see the flag. 2 Group 3 cars, sorry. Was that just Noxie? Was it just Noxie and Pat in the Group 1s? I thought it was someone else who went. And this track really has battered these poor sim racers. What a comeback to come back to in the new year. My word. Craziness at Road Atlanta. These poor souls. They'll have PTSD after this. They'll not be able to race for weeks. I hear Skyjacker's in the corner somewhere rocking back and forth. Talleyrand then 5th place with Homesick Alien in 6th. Homesick Alien's fuel's been flashing for a while. And it looks like he's 29 minutes. How far? People are going to start crossing the line soon. Where is the line? Someone's in the pits. Someone gave up and sat in the pits. Oh no, Bandit has crossed the line. Yeah, that one is next. Oh, it'll be Homesick Alien in 2nd place for the Group 3 cars. Looks like to be the next to cross the line. There he goes. Ooh, that one. It's Bazza in 4th. Comes across to finally finish the race. Oh, and it's Little's GP. Here he comes. Hasn't barely put a foot wrong this race, and he takes the win. Superb stuff. There's someone behind him, bugger. And there we go. Cthulhu crosses the line. Is that Big Dan next? It is. Cthulhu in 3rd. Big Dan 4th. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? They're coming now, aren't they? Jimbo and Matt Psycho just behind Jim, and he didn't get that lap. And it's just Talleyrand, is he? The last remaining runner. Coming through to take the win of the Group 3 class. Great drive by the boss, and it's a win for the Dodge Viper team. Little's GP and Talleyrand, your winners today. Jim, take a boo, my son. Cthulhu, Fernando, take a boo, my son. Beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful stuff. What can you say? What can you say? There he is, Little's GP. taking the confetti, the ticker tape, as we head into the thing. There's nothing to show you unless they've added results, view event, settings, replay, settings, race shop. Race shop is more important than a results page. Trust me, my friend. Right, I'm looking at my iPad for things. Let's see. I found it on the iPad. So that was it. Welcome 2023. Welcome the new era of racing. And remember, this isn't simulated racing. It's just simulated cars, but the racing is real. And my word, did we see some racing out there today? We also saw some crash bangs and wallops, because those Group 1 cars were cray around this tight and twisty track. But I had fun. Hopefully you guys did. Skyjacker didn't. So Pat saying well done to Talleyrand, Catula and Ensign using yellow lights in that race would have been interesting when it got dark. And Skyjacker saying congrats Littles, GP and Talleyrand, well done to all who finished the race. Yes, and those that didn't finish the race, you're all going to have a 5-second penalty at the beginning of the Daytona road course. Right, there. Oh, quick. I don't know how long Matt Psycho holds a room for. We've got, let me just go straight to the calendar, for God's sakes, instead of trying to find the sign-ups. I think we've got racing next week. That's why I want to get to the thing. I should have got this organised beforehand. Do not close that room, Matt Psycho. Do not close the room, please. I can't find the bloody... I've got better at, you can tell I've got better at Discord. Where is it? The bloody calendar. Colour codes. Can't find calendar. Yeah, we got racing this week. Just keep an eye out. We'll be on. Someone will remind me. I usually look for racing briefs to see if there's I honestly can't find the calendar. I was looking at it the other day. That's the funny thing about it. Oh, dearie me. Oh well. Yeah. I don't know. I think the endurance, little Suzuka Endurances start on Tuesday, and I think, hang on. Oh, look at the actual sign-ups in the end. See the dates. So 10th of the 1st. That's next week, isn't it? So that's Tuesday for the little Suzuka Endurances. In the WRXs, it will be starting on the Thursday. So that's 2 days of racing. And then we've got the qualifying for the Daytona happening on the Friday evening. So next week, full card virtually. Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday evening. You lucky little duckies. You lucky little guys out there. You get me 3 days next week. Beautiful. And Pat saying, if it's only 5 seconds, I'll take that. Oh, a 5-second penalty for not finishing the race. Okie dokie then. Thank you very much for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Don't forget, you're more than welcome to join us. Join us in our About section on YouTube. You're watching YouTube, so you must be able to look at the About section. Is all our links to our website, our Discord, and my home address for you to, I don't know, pop round for a cup of tea. But I'm not as chatty in person as I am on the stream, so I'll just sit and stare at you for half hour, not say a word, and then kick you out. Right. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Dixie Wrecked. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. That's it, I think. Peace and love. Peace and love, y'all. They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom.